Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us here for O.C.C. Scrims on this wonderful Monday night. I am the Loud T-Rex coming at you for a wonderful bit of Diamond Division goodness. Tonight, I am joined here by Jag. Jag, how you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing good. I'm super excited for tonight's match. Smile and Komodo, two strong teams. What do you think? Who do you think's gonna win tonight?
Well, here's the thing, though. As of right now, Komodo is the number one seeded Diamond team in the league right now. Smile, however, is still going in on that second place slot. And the question is, will their training throughout the last few weeks really have done much of a difference? Who knows? We'll really find out here. I mean, Komodo is very well known for really doing some solid goats compositions. There's a lot of movement. I've seen Clever doing fantastic work as the usually the DPS main, Genji main. Meanwhile, on Smile, we do have Amara, who's very well known for her Pharah play. Bagel Guy, great in terms of his ability to go ahead and use hit scans, use a lot of different DPS types. So it's going to be really different and interesting to see who's really going to be able to do what, and will Smile be able to really take down Komodo. Last week, for those of you who were following us, we really had a week full of upsets. I mean, Game of Thrones ended up winning. Or actually, Game of Thrones ended up losing their first match. Monarch ended up winning their map against the number 2 seeded team, and Void had finally suffered their first loss at the hands of their rivals, the Titans. So I mean, there's just so much that could be. Let's see if this continues on this way.
Yeah, and I'm super excited tonight because Hammer's last match last week was on point. Like he took so much space. NACL can do nothing against him last week, but now he's going to get Small, which is a great tank as well. So I'm super excited to see how these two tanks collide during this whole matchup.
Yeah, I really want to see just how far they go ahead and ram at each other. I know Mal's a very hyper aggressive, just very hyper human being in general, trying to really just get into the enemy team. But it's really going to be dependent on how that backline can do it. And the question is, here's actually a matchup that most people don't know consider: the Sun and Bacon. Both of them are primarily Animains. So the question is, who can land the better nades, better sleep darts? Who can really get those solid shots? I think it's really going to come down to that. I see their front lines. Their front lines are very strong. So we'll find out how all of this goes. So first map of the night is going to be Oasis. Jag, what are we going to be expecting here?
And you're gonna expect goats. I mean, you gotta run goats on here. It's such a strong map for goats because you gotta fight on a middle point. The only thing we might see with Amara do is the Pharah because it does have a lot of high space for Pharah. But I'm expecting goats. If anything, Winston goats.
I'm seeing all the chill bro giving me a little bit of love. What's up, man? How you doing? Elfie reminding me that Void did lose, and Aldo once again sending some love here for the Sun, putting his bets on the Sun over Bacon. I don't know, man. I like my bacon crispy, but I think he'll be able to pull it out today. Let's see, giving a little bit of love here. A lot of love for Liffy was it Mythy Seal or Mythy Seal? You're gonna have to correct me on that one. And yes, you are absolutely right. There is a lot of open space here. You can definitely use a Pharah to really get a lot of those extra angles. But it looks like we're going to have a very odd composition. Nope, there it is. There's the Coats composition coming out. Yep, they got me. But it doesn't seem like the GOAT's composition is going to be coming out here on the side of Smile. So Smile's really going to have to do a lot in terms of trying to come back up with it. Here they go, getting that high ground, getting ready to start this initial volley on this Diamond Division fight. There's just nothing but the poke battle heal. Mal trying to figure out what angle he's coming in. He goes in for the dash. The entirety of the team comes back in to try to back him up. And here they go, trying to go around, trying to get some sort of work here. Bagel Guy is running in on that Genji. Mal might be in a terrible spot here as Clever manages to finish him off. And here goes Komodo just going completely against this enemy team. And that's going to hit here as we're finishing off. And now it's going to have to be Smile backing off to try it again.
Yeah, with Mal doing dive, he has to be very careful what he does. Well, he's switching right now, but going with dive against ghosts, there's so much stuns, you're just gonna get melted over.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But here they go. Next fight is underway. Voltage in that front line. is looking to try to get a solid hack as it looks like the rest of the team is switching off, and here comes the ultimate coming out. Clever managing to pick up one kill. Amara does manage to take down Hammer, and this is a 1-for-1 trade here. The hacks are going to be coming in favor of someone, but it's not going to be today. Mishra just left to W's his way on in, and Amara gets caught completely out, and Amara just goes straight in for a hard reset. We're going to be going on in 50% and climbing. They've got to goats it back.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for them to come back when Komodo's already ghost. They made an ult comedy already with Mal. He needs to get that shatter up, like he's about to do, and just work with that. See what he can do with that shatter.
Oh, and there it is, exactly what you were saying. Two ultimates are coming out here in favor of Komodo, and that's just going to be a quick wipe. Oh, Voltage getting taken out just before anything, and Athena does call the team kill. Unreal work here. Komodo just showing the adeptness that they do have for it, and I'm wondering what Smile is doing in their comms right now.
They gotta do a dry run, make it quick, get some ults up, and then pretty much combo it.
Ooh, and here it comes. Might have just come out at a terrible time, and here it comes. The hammer down comes out from Mal, but it's absolutely whiffed. As here it comes, the ultimate's looking to defend. That's going to be two to try to hold it off. Oh, and Mythical managing to take out Bagel Guy. Here comes the big hack here from, it's going to be Voltage, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to do much, and that's going to be the end of it. Weapons Tech does come on in, looking to try to hold on, but there is Orion in that front line, looking to try to get a solid pick. Zen Ives on it, managing to finish it off, and Bagel Guy just goes ahead and switches over to the Hamster. Looks to try to hold on, just to try to be a little bit of a nuisance, and it seems that with this defense, they're unable to do much of anything, but they may have booped Mal out exactly where they needed to. The hammer down comes out once again from Hammer, and Amara just can't seem to do anything. The entirety of the team is just still trying to get on, and Bagel Guy trying to use that room available given to him, so at least he could just hold on to it for just a little bit more. Goat's composition is not known very well for its range, and that's going to be a quick, decisive win here on the side of Komodo.
Yeah, I mean, with Komodo, they were playing goats. They were building the ult way before Smile did. Smile needed to do one quick dry run to get the ult up as well to fight against them. That never happened. So the ult economy was in the Komodo's favor, and there's nothing Smile could do about it. I mean, in this one, I hope someone gets hit by a car in this one. What do you think the chances of that happening?
That's a very low chance. I don't foresee these teams accidentally falling into anything like that. They're very very well aware as to how they're going to do much of anything. So here we go, getting this next one out. It looks like Hammer is actually gonna be running the monkey. They're going for somewhat of a pseudo dive composition, and it looks like Smile's going to be relatively on that same page. Here they come. Battle starting off already relatively quick, and Mal tries to get a little bit of ground here to try to get things started. Clever is playing on that signature Genji, which is absolute joy to watch. Amara might be getting caught out, but Midley Shield does get taken out, and this might be the fight that Smile does start off great in. That's going to be a DMEC here on Weapon Tech, and Mishra putting in work here as the Farah, managing to get the picks. Amara's got to be careful that Farah has got her name, it's got her number, and they've got to do something about her. Bagel Guy does manage to land that pick, and that's going to be absolutely huge as this brawl is still kind of going on. Val does get the pick here on the Sun, and the res does come on out. Great job there, and the ultimate does come out from Amara to try to back up Mal and keep the rest of the team alive. They're both still at 0-0%, and no real kills are coming in. Clever is the only one left, gets taken out, and Smile showing that they could still bare their teeth and have a little bit of bite.
Both teams had the same game plan, was to take care of the high grounds. Smile was there first, and it shows who won that battle. They were on top of the Komodo right away and took care of the squishies first thing.
Alright, as here they come. It looks like Komodo is considering what angle they're going to go through, and they're going to use Hammer to get the initiation off one more time. Here comes Clever popping that ultimate, and they're going to use the Mercy ultimate to try to keep him alive, but it doesn't seem like he's getting much of anything. The team did split up. Clever did get that pick, and here comes Bagel Guy going for the picks here one more time, but it doesn't seem like he has any more luck than his counterpart did. The ultimate is dropped here by the Sun. The beat is dropped to keep the team alive, and Voltage just trying to hold on for a little bit more in terms of percentage, but I think that's going to be a little bit too much damage for him, as now it shifts over. Komodo is finally finding their way in.
It just seems like Komodo was more focused in that fight than Smile was. They were able to target the targets they wanted, while Smile was just everywhere at that point. I'm hoping this fight Smile just comes in and focuses to stay on.
Alrighty, so here they go. This fight is going to start off again, and Mal taking absolutely no time to get this fight going. Bagel Guy managing to put the pressure in on Hammer. But the ultimates are starting to come in online here in the favor of Komodo, and will they be able to make it work? O.C.C still up in the sky, looking to try to hold on, grab a little bit more space, manages to lose it with the nuke still available, and that's going to be Smile able to hold on to that, or at least get it back one more time. The picks are still coming in favor. Mishra does pop that ultimate, but Amara is not going down without a fight. Bring it out the battle, Mercy, and finishing it off. Great job there, Amara, as now it looks like Smile has got a better position.
Yeah, Mao was doing the right thing. He was pretty much punishing the back line, causing them to push back, and allowing Amara to get some free space to get all that damage in. It was a good move by Smile.
Oh, here comes the ultimate from Bagel Guy himself. Amara looking to back him up. That's going to be 2. That's going to be 3. Bagel Guy may be able to finish this one off and be the hero for the team. Voltage finishes off Clever, and Mithy is going to be on his own. Goes ahead and just opts for the hard reset, and now Komodo is accidentally falling into the legendary 85% mark. They've got to hurry up. Make it or break it time. We are in.
I mean, I don't tell you guys much there. They just went in there and pressed Q. I mean, no, but they did a good job on it, I'll tell you that.
Alright, here they go. Here comes the bomb from Voltage. Well, the bomb going into downtown. It doesn't seem to get anyone. Clever managing to pick up the kill here on Bagel Guy. And that's going to be tough here, as Bagel Guy is smeared with cream cheese, taken out of the fight. And now we're going back into it. It's going to be Hammer looking to get some picks. Mishra does manage to take out Voltage as he switches over from the Pharah. And Amara may not be able to offer that as much healing as you would hope that she could. Here comes Megan looking to try to hold on with the point. Here comes Bagel Guy switching over to the fist, looking to try to fist someone. Mithy drops the bomb, trying to get someone, but a little too high. Can't seem to get anyone now. Takes out Zen Eyes, and that's a huge pick. That's going to be the Mercy, but Mishra and Mithy doing some solid work. Bagel Guy manages to take out the Sun. The good res here is done here by Amara, but it's still not going to be enough. The final two players are still coming in on both sides, and Bacon is still alive with that DPS. Bagel Guy, but Hammer does take him out, and Bagel Guy just cannot be the only one to carry. With only 2 members remaining, they managed to hold on. Komodo is not out of this fight yet.
No, with the Sun beat drop early in the fight, it allowed his team to stay up and get those picks that they needed, and it definitely was a big play there by the Sun.
By the Sun. Don't forget his alt account, the Moon. Does it drive me crazy? A little bit, but we'll continue. So here we go. Next fight is underway already, and now it's taking absolutely no time. And here it comes, the battle for the ages. It's going to continue. Mal just coming in, trying to disrupt the entirety of the team, but he might be just a little bit too far away from his healer. Bagel Guy does take out Mishra, and here comes the bomb. That's absolutely huge. Weapons Tech does manage to get 2. Mithy throws it up again and gets absolutely no one. Might be overshooting those bombs just a little bit too much, and all that is left is these tanks. And Smile may be able to hold this off just yet. It looks like Hammer, though, may be able to just wait for just a split second. Gets right in onto the point to try to hold on for just a dear life. Bagel Guy manages to finish it off. Here it comes, as it's going to be Mr. Clever trying to get these picks, but doesn't seem to get anyone just yet. Xanives jumps on in with the Moira, and at this point, they're just doing everything and anything possible to try to hold on. The Sun trying to be a little cheeky, does pop that ultimate to stall for the team as much as humanly possible. Bacon goes ahead and throws that one again to try to secure it. No one has died. Weapons Tech get yet another pick, and at this point, it might be a little bit futile. Hammer is trying to go for the spin to win, and it may be exactly what they need. Here comes the ultimate ultimate from Bagel Guy, trying to finish things off. Doesn't seem to get much of anyone just yet. Never mind, manages to get Zan Ives and Clever switching over to the Tracer, trying to rush on in, and after a long stall, it seems that Smile manages to make their first round win.
And going to map three, this is going to be a good game tonight. It really is. Both teams are doing really well, and it seems like it's be an even match. Even match. It just depends on who gets the first pick first. It seems to be.
Yeah, and I mean that's really what the fight is, especially when you're trying to go for these really brawly compositions. Once you do lose a main portion of the composition, that's really it. There's really nothing else you can do. I mean, if you can go for a one-for-one trade, that still swings it in your favor, but then it becomes the question as to what you're taking out.
Exactly. And we see two different comps here. I mean, you got the Fair on one side, you got the McCree on the other. You see if Vultures can take care of it. Oh, no, they switched it. They're going Goats.
Oh, they're going Goats with
Sombra.
They're going with the Sombra Goats, and that might be extremely against Smile. They're gonna have some issues there in that department. So here we go. Mal trying to get a little bit of space, but Hammer and Mishra are just really rushing in together. Oh no, and that's not good. Bagel Guy getting absolutely demolished, and it seems that we're still in a Goats meta here. It's just absolutely dominated. That's going to be it. Komodo manages to get this next point, and Smile's going to have to go back and try it again.
So it looks like Smile's going to just mirror what they're doing on the side of Komodo. But the problem is Komodo already has the ult charge up now. They have the advantage, and it's going to be the same thing as the first checkpoint. Smile needs to do a dry one and get their ults up quickly, or they're just going to lose this fight.
Yep, if they don't go, if they're not anticipating ult for this next fight, they are not thinking properly. Oh, and the hammer down does come in. Voltage in a bad spot. Great protection there, though, from Bagel Guy, managing to keep Voltage alive for a little bit. Mishra is going to drop that ultimate. That defensive ult is going to be absolutely huge and fantastic. Great job by Smile, though. They are aware the time is ticking, but they're not willing to go ahead and give up all that time yet. There goes Bacon dropping that ultimate. Zan Ives manages to get that pick here on Voltage. There it comes. It's going to be the ultimate from the Zenyatta, and Hammer dropping an absolutely huge and nutty hammer. Manages to finish this one off, and that's just going to be terrible against Smile. That's going to be a hard reset here, as Komodo is making their way up 50% to 0. Smile has got to make something.
There's nothing that's going to turn on a Reinhardt more when you see the enemy Reinhardt charge away from their team and you have Shatter. Like Hammer just took advantage of that Shatter and just said, goodbye, Smile. Your Rein just left you alone.
This server is doing terrible things to your vocabulary. So here we go. This next fight is underway. Great hack here done by Clever. And it's going to be just another quick reset. We're getting closer to that fabled 85%. I am losing my mind when people say Smile. I heard the Steve say it the other day. Actually said earlier today, I damn near threw him out of a virtual window. I had the thoughts. So here they go.
Look at Hammer now.
Make it or break it moment here. And Hammer knows he's got to come out to help the team. Oh, that's just going to be swinging away to try to make this work. And Smile knows they have got to make this work. But no, terrible timing. They weren't aware of the ult advantage that Komodo seemed to have, and Amara does get picked off. That's going to be a really clean win here as Komodo manages to finish this off, and Athena calls for the team kill. Great job, Komodo. They are now up in this series 1-0.
Yeah, exactly like I said before. I mean, they're already Goats. They already had the ult advantage, and they're going to abuse it. And that's exactly what Hammer did there. Every fight he had a Shatter.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's ridiculous the way that Mishra and Hammer are running together. Like they're both making sure they're staying on the same target, and that just makes it really hard. Because I don't think that Weapon Tech and Mal have that same movement style. Mara, great job there in getting the 14k healing, but yeah, like if you notice, you'll see like Mithy's in there. Mithy's in there doing some solid work. But really, I feel like the strongest foundation is having Mishra and having Hammer in that front line, and they're both just together. Notice every time they're just sticking really, really close together, and they just kind of alternate. You know what I mean? Depending on who needs what. If you need a few seconds to try to heal it, Mishra will try to get swing, back off. I mean, it's great movement on their part.
Yeah, exactly. And not even just that. You also got there's Zarya on their team for Komodo. They just have the bubbles at the right moment. There's so many times when you see the Rhines charging in, boom, got the barrier on top of him. He takes no damage. Zarya gets charged up, and he's gonna have a nice charge for that fight. He's just melting people as Hammer's swinging. That's why he's getting so much ult charge because of his bubbles. He's keeping them up with his team. So the synergy is great when it comes to goats. Like I love running goats. If when you see that all the time with Frost, as a Rhine player and goats, when you have a good team, you can just swing away and enjoy all the free shatters.
Right. And I mean, I think that's one of the big things about especially being a tank player. It's mainly the positioning and how much backup you can get. And I could almost every time when I see a Rhine on a really good kind of like rampage, I can always hear like the maniacal laughter behind it.
It's so
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
It's just the power you get. Like it's just when you're swinging and you know no one can stop you, and you're just doing so much damage to so many people at one time as you're swinging. It's just an evil thing. It really is.
Alrighty. So here we go. Just giving a quick gotcha. Let me just take a look here. Well, I don't know this, man. I barely know half y'all. Jeez. 300 players in this entire server.
Wait, Elfie's a
My
girl?
apologies. So now I know Mythy Seal, right? Right. Mythy Seal is a female. So my apologies for that one. So here we go. Gonna get ready for this next little bit. There are not going to be any major changes here on the side of Smile, at least from what I can see at this point. Yeah, I don't really think they're going to be doing much of anything in terms of changes. Um,
I am.
yeah,
I'm not looking forward to the next map. I'm really not. This map can go forever if they want to. If they both run goats, like
I'm
it could be a long match.
I mean, but I'm a fan of them. I really am a fan of them. Alrighty, actually, I'm seeing these changes here from Smile, Volatile, and Mighty Peon, aka Magetti Spaghetti, is going to be getting in, taking place here instead of Voltage and Amara. So these are going to be the changes. Komodo is going to have to be sticking with their six in order to just continue on with what they got. And yeah, Jag, you're absolutely right. It could go on forever. We can go. Personally, though, I like those. I think well, I think it's a testament to how like how much harder it is to be the defending team.
Uh,
Um, correct me if I'm wrong.
it's just that with we're going to Voscal Industries, right? So with this map in particular, like it's easy to have like 5 minutes on this timer if you just run a successful goats, and then it can go back and forth, and you're constantly just wasting so much time between switching rounds and loading time. Before you know it, it's like 20 minutes in, and you still got 3 minutes on the clock, and it's just ridiculous. Like there's so many times I play comp with this map, and I just want to shoot myself because I could have played 5 more maps already. But thanks to this map being so long, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, you're saying it. I think the worst is like with like and please those of you in the chat. Think about this one. You're going at it, man. It's 6-6. You guys are fantastic. All you need is that one tick. You need that one tick. You've been playing for 20 minutes straight. You're exhausted. You're annoyed, and you end up with a freaking draw. Oh, that's the worst. You
Uh,
did all that for nothing. Oh, I hate that so much.
It is. That is extremely the worst when it comes to comp. You spend 20 minutes and you get a draw. Like that makes me want to rage quit right there. They should give us at least something. Give me 20 SR for my time for 20 minutes.
You get nothing, man. You'll go up, you'll go down. That's it. That's what you get for your 20 minutes. Nothing.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. So, that being said, um, let's just see how they turn up on this one. I mean, there's a great chance they're probably going to go goats. Primarily, the higher elos do primarily stick to goats because that's you're mainly looking for that higher success rate. Goats isn't the end all be all, um, but if you're going to play something to counter goats, it has to be played almost perfectly,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's the difficult part.
You got a team like Komodo that they practice hard all the time. They want to be the best. They want to have everything perfect down the line. They play no games. So there's no reason why we don't see a team like this that's just dominant. They put their work into it. And I can't wait to see like the team that defeats them. Because that's going to be scary for me because right now they're the number one seed.
Hmm.
And like for someone to beat them, they need to be more coordinated. They need to have a better ult comedy and just make better decisions. like
Mhm.
than what they're doing. These guys are pre-planning. They're saying, okay, we're gonna this next fight, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna dive. We're gonna dive in. It's just they're always talking, and that's what you need on the team.
Communication is absolutely key, and they are going to have a a Winston goat. So here it comes. The Winstons are starting to Tesla cannon and shock the hell out of each other as they're just starting to get these initial poke battles starting off. Misha does get into that front line, looking to put in a lot of pressure here against Mal. Volley trying to back him up, do as much as humanly possible, but they're just getting a lot of space. Clever does manage to get that pick here on Mal, and it looks like it's gonna be Smile just set reeling. Great job though by Bacon managing to go in with a heavy boop, and they're gonna have to back off to try it again.
Smile needs to change real quick their DPS because they're running goats on Komodo just with Winston instead of Ryan. So there's so much healing going on there with less damage that Smile is putting out.
Yeah, and if they can't really get any of these picks, it's going to be tough for them. Here they go, getting on in. Hammer does have that ultimate, getting it started. Looking to try to go in for a key pick, but Misha's already got that pick here on Bacon. That's going to be a secondary healer. Volley switches over, transforms, looking to try to keep her main tank alive, but it's just a very scattered Smile right now, unable to figure out what they're going to do. Here comes Bagel Guy trying to get a pick here, but it doesn't seem like he's able to get much of anything as Hammer manages to clean him off, and that's going to be it. It's going to be Mighty Peon and Volley trying to get out of there, but that's still not going to be enough. It might be smart for them to switch over to the GOATS composition at this point.
That, or they have to do something that has more DPS, something to split that goats up. They got to make some kind of change. It looks like they're going to Pharah, which is a good move, but I think that Genji needs a switch.
Maybe it's tough for a Genji to do it because now you've got Xanives and you've got the Sun able to drop two completely powerful defensible against a Genji ult. Here it comes, and there it goes. First one comes out from Xanives. Bacon pops it again as well to try to keep the team alive. And now just rushing his way in onto the point, trying to get in some damage. Here it comes. The bomb looking powerful. Doesn't get anyone though. Great job there. Mighty Peon does go down. And it doesn't seem like Smile really has much of an answer here. They're still trying to figure out what to do, but Bacon is just caught completely out of position, and he's about to get attacked by the entirety of the team. Mr. Clever is just on this kill board. Fantastic work as we're moving into the 1 minute and 30-second mark.
Smile has no win condition. I don't know what the game plan is here. I'm trying to figure it out. Like with the Genji, there's no nano for him. There's nothing, no grab or anything for a bomb or a barrel. So I don't know what they're trying to do here.
Yeah, I was worrying about that too. They do have the ultimate from Mighty Peon and Bagel Guy, but they've got to play those ultimates properly. Here it comes, that ultimate, and Steal. She just manages to take him out, takes out Bacon as well, and we're just seeing blue over red here. Smile is going to get completely deleted right now, and Mighty Peon is going to have to back out. He's not able to continue that fight. Volley has got to be careful as that monkey's still chasing the two of them, and that's going to be really unfortunate. Volley does get taken out, and that's going to be a huge stagger for them.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate because they wasted so much time and they're still not making a change yet for Smile. They're basically giving this to Komodo, in my opinion, without changing anything.
And I think you may be right. I mean, that's the thing. They don't have any ultimates that really synergize with one another. At this point, it's a very scattered composition. Nothing that they can really do to land any of these major power here. So here they go. Mal trying to get in that backline once again, but I don't think he's going to have nearly enough healing to try to make that work. Oh, and there goes that ultimate. Mighty Peon does try to come on in, and Nifty Shield, she does manage to eat up quite a bit of that. There's not a lot that he could do, and there he is, Hammer in the air trying to put in that damage. There goes the bomb, takes out Volatile, and that's going to be a major source of healing here. Mighty Peon does not have that farm issue to work with. Here we go, the final few seconds, and they've got to make something happen. Now manages to get back a pick here on Mishra. That's not going to be enough. Weapons Tech gets caught in the Graviton Surge, gets taken out, and with a huge deciding ability, that's gonna be Komodo with a full stop on this round.
Yeah, I said I don't know what the game plan was, Smile. I'm not sure how many characters or how many heroes Mighty can play. Maybe they couldn't run the goats because of that. But I don't know what it is, but they didn't go in with a game plan, in my opinion.
And Xanives, I just want to correct you. It's not E-Grill, it's E-Grill. Okay.
E-Grill.
E-Grill. Let's get this right.
So
I love when all that started. They're like Mercy mains or E-Grills. I'm like, man, I've been a Mercy main since season 1. What does that make me?
So like, at least I know this is not going to go into 20 minutes.
Right, fair.
So
Fair, we're
I
not.
so I can you know calm down, take a breath, and not worry about this. Because
I don't know, man. I was looking to cast, 20 minutes of just absolutely nonsensical Overwatch. That's kind of my favorite part about all this.
is it? Because you're the only one that likes to do that.
No, man. Afterwards, my throat hurts. I'm extremely tired. I'm just like, yeah, why are you people doing this to me?
I mean,
But
pretty
it's all
much.
good fun, I think.
So I honestly think the reason why they didn't run Ghost there is because Mighty Peons might be limited to heroes. I haven't really seen him play any tanks before or any support, so that's probably why they went to 2-2-2. But then they could have went for the win condition, so I don't know why they didn't do that. So you see Komodo now, they're doing 2-2-2 for their attack. Actually, they're actually doing 4 DPS. They're going quad DPS or
Yeah. Yeah, they're
three
doing
triple
3
three
DPS,
P.
1 tank, 2 healers. So it's still a 3-2-1 with a hamster being run by Hammer. And that's the thing, if Hammer gets a solid boop right now, this could be the end of Smile as we know it. So here they go. They do have this bunker composition available. Trying to see where they're going to get everything started. Clever is trying to scout out the rest of the enemy team. Here they come, trying to get a solid hit here against them. Clever is off onto that flank, looking to try to make something work. And Clever does get hit. They may have been watching the stream. How dare they? But Hammer is ready to try to poop somebody off here. No, there it is. But no, doesn't seem to get anyone just yet. Mal looking to try to stay alive, and that might be it. Clever getting the pick here on Mighty Peon. The Baptiste shield is going to be able to keep them alive as they're just able to push themselves just about anywhere and anywhere they want to be. Bagel Guy does take out Mishra, and that's going to be absolutely huge. The shield is going to be playing on that Widow, looking to try to get a pick, and the Pharah is going to be back here. The Pharah Mercy may be able to do some solid work, but Hammer still up above, looking for the ground pound, managing to make that work. Clever does get taken out by Mal though, and it seems that Smile isn't necessarily giving this up just yet. Hammer trying to rein in a little bit of damage. He's just trying to be a little bit annoying. Mishra takes out Mighty Peon, and I'm not really sure about this push here. They're still continuing on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's working now. They're getting kills.
There it is. That ultimate does drop in, and they do try to bring back Bagel Guy, but that's at the cost of the Mercy, and the Amplification Matrix is just dropped in the place in which they can't do anything. Great job there by Komodo. I love the way this team moves. Unreal. They managed to win this relatively quickly. Mighty Peon does win one on the Ook counter, but it doesn't matter. Komodo wins it here on Volskaya.
My mindset seriously was you're playing against the Bastion, go swap to Ghost Comp or something like that. But they put it through, and they proved me wrong that they can win that battle with the characters they have.
Ooh, and there's Misha doing the work to try to finish it off. That Baptiste looking to try to hold on for just a little bit. Oh, but so unfortunate. Volatile does get taken out there. And I don't know, man. Once you lose that Mercy, it becomes really tough, you know?
It does come tough, and that's the whole purpose of the bunker, to have that Mercy there for the heals and the res. Once she's out of the picture, you guys gotta either rotate or come with a better plan to survive as long as you can and buy her time to get back.
And I'm giving a little bit of love here for Berkey, trying to watch this in his car. Be safe. I know you're not driving, but hey, never know who's out there. But thank you for the support. So that has been the first half of the night. Komodo coming out extremely strong on this wonderful Monday night. And the question is, can Smile get themselves together to try to finish this off? Who knows? Jack, do you have anything for anybody before we go ahead and go into our halftime?
Not really. I mean, just want to see who you guys think is the player of their match so far and see what you guys think in the next round.
We are making the effort to read the chat a little bit more. So yeah, give us a little bit of that hype. Let me know who you love, who you hate, who you're rooting for, what you want to do. And during this time, as I say, go grab yourself something to eat. Go grab some snacks. We got a lot more action here for you guys. We'll see you all in about 5 minutes.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill
T minus 7 seconds.
the science guy.
Do something!
Nani?
Fire at will!
Heroes never die.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not.
Happy feet. One more combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. Oh! 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 I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. Look at Aries.
Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for hanging out, staying by with us. We did have that halftime with Elfie's wonderfully trolly or halftime show. And I do still want to give a little shout out and thank you for Elfie for doing these videos on the regular. Actually, every video you see is done, produced, and created by Elfie, with obviously highlights from everybody in the community. So remember, if you do have some sick highlights, make sure you send it to Elfie. Okay, put it in her drive. Make sure that she can get access to it, so that way your play of the game or whatever awesome play that you had can show up there. So as I'm saying, thank you all for sticking by with us. I am joined here by Jag the Nerd. Jag, how was your halftime?
It was great. It was a lot of fun. We talked about how much great I'm doing and how terrible I am at the same time. So it's neutral, and I love it. But everything else is good. I'm really looking forward to our next match, which is Hollywood, and we're going to it now.
Jag, apparently they can barely hear you, so you might want to speak up a little bit, buddy. But here we go, moving on into Hollywood. You do have a few seconds to go ahead and finish that one off. And Hollywood is, I think, honestly, it's one of my favorite maps. It's actually my ringtone. It's a little nerdy, but you know what? I have a Dragon Ball tattoo. I've got anime tattoos. I don't care. And it's still one of my favorite places to be, especially when we go a little bit more towards the holiday season. Jag, how's your mic check going?
I mean, my levels seem like okay, but I'm waiting for everyone else to tell me how I sound, since it got a nice no delay on it. But they said you're better, and I don't know about myself yet.
Yeah, you got to tone me down. I get loud, you know what I mean. Like those of you coming to the meetup, you probably know exactly who I am. I got the coiffed hair, a little bit of a pseudo peppered beard. I'm only 26 with white hair, and I'm a bit loud. Yeah. It's a Hispanic blood.
I'm gonna put this all the way up as possible, and put this up a little bit higher. So, oh my God, this is probably gonna be much better for you guys now. Tell me, ears bleeding? No, it's not.
Elfie's ears are bleeding. Good. And hell's virtue eternal. Get your ass out of here with that nonsense. No.
Okay.
I'm exactly allowed to T-Rex. This is exactly what I am. So here we go. As it's going to be Smile trying to put themselves on the scoreboard. Mal is sticking with that monkey, trying to make this work. But it looks like the Goats comp is still coming in just a little bit too strong here from Komodo. Will they be able to beat it? Hammer is just off onto the flanks, and Hammer trying to get something cheeky, but doesn't seem to do so. Niwu does get that pick. Those of you who do know Niwu did start off in a plat team, start off in O.C.C, back when they were known as O.C.C. So this next battle is going off underway, and they're doing everything possible to try to get the team off to another flank. Bagel Guy does get taken out, and that's going to be a big one. Teddy Ursa looking to try to land a heavy pick here, but now the team is really spread out and can't really seem to figure out where they're going to go. Nifty Seal trying to back up her team, but that's going to be two here, and the Goats composition could be crumbling, but they've got to hurry up and get something going here. And there goes that ultimate coming out here from Niwu, trying to finish it off. Clever does go down. Zen Ives goes down as well. Actually, no. Manages to take out Weapons Tech's mech here. And that's going to be the end of that. Unbelievable. Great job here by Smile. Completely going around the Goats composition. They didn't brawl into it. They brawled around.
It was very good for Smile. But yeah, Nirul, or Nirul, however you say it. I remember him in the Plat Division, and he was clicking heads. And I didn't enjoy it. I'm glad he's in Diamond right now.
If you ever make your way to Diamond, though, you're about to see him on your ass a little bit more like him. So here we go. Hammer in that front line. Did take out Weapons Tech a little bit early, but now we've got Mal in that front line looking to make some solid work. And oh, that's not looking good here. Volatile does get taken out as Hammer might be a little bit out of position. That's not going to be a lot of backup. Oh, team actually manages to rush on in. Great job there by the Lucio, looking to try to help out. Bagel Guy does get into that back line, trying to put a little bit of backline pressure. But here we go, and it's going to be unfortunate here for Smile. They have absolutely no choice. They have to remain and be part of this battle. Here comes that Diva Bomb, looking to do some solid work, and that's going to be two here as Niwu and Teddy Ursa do fall, and that's blue over red here. Great job here by Komodo. They do finish this off, and unfortunately, Volatile does fall before she could get into a safe zone.
Yeah, it seems like Komodo was just like, they're so relaxed from the halftime, and they finally just woke up and decided to start pushing and get, pressing W and keep them at their spawn. Hammer had a huge shatter against Smile, and it just, changed the whole direction of the whole team.
So my question is, oh, here it comes
again,
Hammer down.
There again.
And the thing is, the thing I'm wondering right now is, what is Smile doing? Predominantly, when you are playing against a Goats composition, you normally want to run a counter Goats composition. Primarily, when you do have an enemy running a Reinhardt, why would you not run a Reinhardt? It's extremely important to do that. Unless you know the entirety of your team is not going to be in front of that Reinhardt, I don't know. And here he comes, Hammer, looking for a cheeky pick. Doesn't seem to do much of that, but Mal might be a little bit too deep, unable to do anything. Mishra does drop that ultimate to try to keep the team alive. Here it comes, that Graviton Surge doing some solid work. That might be able to finish him off. And no, great job there. Unbelievable movement by Komodo, able to stay out of harm's way. And it doesn't seem like Smile is able to do much of anything. There we go. Mal just still into that front line. I don't know exactly what he thinks he's going to be doing here at this point. That may as well have been a wasted ult.
It is. Oh, he's switching. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Like, what is Smile doing? If you're going to keep running dive into a Ghost, you're going to lose every time. There's so much CC in there, and you can't do anything with Winston. It's just going to get healed, anything you do. You're better off just going to Ghosts or go to some kind of spammy comp to do a lot of damage.
Ooh, and here we go. The switches do come up. Clever. I'm sorry. Oh, the hammer down does come in. Great sleep there. Oh, the anti-nade comes out. Absolutely clutch. Oh, and here it comes. That's going to be huge. And oh, no. Weapons Tech got out of the way just at a terrible time. And that's just going to be absolutely terrible here for the side of Smile. They are going to have to regroup and try it again.
Since I've been doing the Diamond Division, I see Smile do this a lot, is where Mal switches from from main tank to off tank, and I don't understand why they do that. Because the synergy is not there, and it kind of throws it off. It's two different tanks. So I think that's an oof in a way, in my point, to change tanks like that.
Well, it depends. Sometimes you just get into the groove a little bit better, but the ultimates are coming out here by the Lucios, able to try to hold on just a little bit longer. The hammer down does come out, and great job there by Weapons Tech. No offense to you, Jag. They are making you eat their words, at least in that particular play. And here it comes. Niwu looking to try to put some damage in. That's going to be one. That's going to be two. And that's going to be everything that they needed and more. Sorry, Jag. But it seems that Smile finally found their feet on that one.
They did find their feet, but look at the time spent now. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds. It took them that long to do that. Even if they get stopped the next push, they probably have 2 more fights in there. If they don't, keep the aggressive offense against the Goats, I mean, they could lose this real quick. And it gives Komodo not much time, or it gives a lot of time to push for attack for next round.
Alrighty, here they go, and Volatile, she's got to be careful. She is extremely instrumental for the team, and here it goes. Oh, they don't seem to have anything out against that, and that's going to be a finish. Bagel Guy, though, unreal, does manage to get a double, but I think the defensive side has a little bit more of an advantage, at least when it comes to speed, or I think they're at least equidistant from each other at this point.
I'm sorry for laughing at that, but like, the Brig just went into the Rhine, like when he got stuck. Like, what was the process there? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna shield the blast. Like, I don't know what was that, but anyways.
Ooh, and the hammer down does come in. Oh, the counter hammer down comes out. The Sun, though, coming out as a absolute point of contention, gets in on that, and here it comes. The ultimate from Niwu as its enemy just looks to try to hold on to this. The ultimate does pick out Volatile, and that's going to be a huge pick here, as it seems that Weapons Tech is the only one on point here with Teddy Ursa, and that's just going to be absolutely detrimental. Mishra does get that pick here on Bagel Guy, and that's going to be it here for the Smile offense.
So that's what I was talking about. A lot of teams don't realize this when they're doing battles, is they're not focused on the time they have, and it takes so long. By the time they get everything working together, they spent 2 minutes doing that. So when they actually had a push going on, they only had 1 minute 20 seconds left on the clock. So they had to think of a plan for the next battle, and they had no answer to the graph that happened to them. So going into this next fight now, Komodo doesn't have far to go. If they run Goats and then just wrecking them like they are now, each match, Komodo's going to have an easy win again. Smile needs to pay attention to what they're doing.
This is why this is why the Ghost comp works so well, especially when you have a Zen and you have a Lucio. Those are two extremely powerful defensive ults, and in reality, they can eat up so much damage when used alternatively. If you do, like, because the thing, Lucio ult when timed perfectly can eat up almost any attack in the game. And when you do have a Zenyatta ultimate there, is able to eat up any, especially any channeled ultimates. So not the Deadeye. The Deadeye I think is an insta kill if it lands properly. However, Kama, you have a Genji ult, you have a Tracer ult, you have what's his name? You have a Soldier ult, Reaper ult. It can eat up so much of it. And I think it's tough to deal with.
And you need a good Lucio to know when to drop the beat, because it has to be perfectly timed. Even for a Riptire, you have to do it at the right moment, or your team can still get killed by it. So it's all about the support and exactly when they press Q.
Great job. Thank you there, Chibi. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for 10 months loyalty, dude. But once again, dude, we really, really, really appreciate it. So here we go. The next battle is going to be underway, and they're still going to be running that GOATS composition. That's going to be absolutely huge, and they've got to be careful with how they're going to do this. Trying to back off. They do have a 3-3 kind of going on in. Great hook there from Niwu, and Minty Seal, she does have to back out, but that's going to be absolutely dangerous if Weapons Tech cannot maintain his shield.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is what we're looking for. The Ryan versus Ryan battles. It's finally happening. No more Winston. It's all about now who's going to win that battle, like between using their off tanks. We got a Roadhog and we got a Zarya.
Oh, and there goes that battle. The Kamehameha does come out here from Volatile. The Sun, though, is able to help the rest of the team push their way on in, and Mythic Shield does manage to pick out Niwu, and that's just going to be it. Blue is just completely dominating Komodo, getting in on this point with an extremely high time bank.
No, Chibi. GOATS is not boring. GOATS is exciting.
to
I
play.
love GOATS. To play. Let me add that in there. To play.
It's so boring to watch. It's literally just a bunch of dudes left click W. That's kind of how that works. And Hammer does get picked a little bit out of position here, but actually that's going to be Weapons Tech getting another one here on Zen Ives, and Clever is in that back line looking. It doesn't really have anything available in his inventory to really do much of any big plays. So he does engage, and it could be a quick death. That's going to be it. Mal does finish him off. So here we go. Weapons Tech still has that forward ground, is still able to do some solid work here. And I mean, the initial poke battle is still going on in as Komodo's really just waiting for their last guy to show up.
I think for Komodo, they should go with an Ana instead of a Zen and Nade, because they're using more on Lucio. With the N and Nade, they'll have a better push.
Oh, that is both great and absolutely terrible. The ults came out in extreme fashion here on the side of Smile. They did manage to get a solid clear as Komodo is going to be sent back reeling. They do have to try it, but they've only got support ultimates, and it's got to be perfect. So here we go. The next battle is going to be underway. Mal in that front line. And here they go. The Kamehameha. That's going to be both of them popping that out. Oh, no. Unbelievable. That's just nothing that they could do. Volatile doing everything she could to keep her main tank alive. But now Mal is just going to be in the heart of the Lions' den as they tear him apart. They have about one more fight remaining.
If they get there in time, I mean, they got to jump on the cart now, or they're gonna lose it.
Yeah, the music does come in underway, and here comes the ultimate. But Mythy Seal, you are just disgusting with that defense matrix, and Hammer doing some cheeky nonsense, managing to get a few picks here. That's going to be the end of that. Volatile is going to get focused down here by the Brigitte. Mishra does pop that ultimate, managing to take her down, and that's just going to be it. Komodo wins the series right now, 3-0. Great job here. And they're showing, man. They're showing that they just have the chops for it. They have an answer to everything.
I'm just questioning everything Smile is doing. Like that last comp, they traded off the Diva for a Hog, but then they traded Break for a Hanzo. And I'm not sure what was the win condition? Grab Dragon, was it? The Hog ult? Like follow Hog? I don't know what the game plan was for that.
Oh, Volley. Oh, Volley. I'm sorry, dude. That's a feels bad. That's a feels bad if I ever felt one.
I mean, it's just the comps all day for Smile. What is
and And that's the thing. If you are going to be running an anti-goats, I mean, you really do want those high damage characters, Junkrat. You do want a little bit of range. But the unfortunate part about that range is that there's just so many beefy targets. And when it comes to a goats comp, everyone is together. That is the heart and soul of a goats composition. That is just people stacked on top of the other. So if you're trying to get that Zen, oftentimes he's close enough to where the team can easily peel back and do some solid work to keep the Zen alive. Um, I mean, there is the Lucio helping the taxi people back and forth. There's just a lot of forward and backward movements. So if you are going to be running those extra DPS, like if you are going to be running a composition with more DPS, those DPS have to be extremely focused. They have to understand their proper angles. I mean, it's as I said earlier, Goat's composition has a high win rate. I think it's, I don't know, somewhere around what, 60-70% win rate. Um,
It's
that's and
up
that's
there.
just that's me throwing a number out there.
I mean, besides all that, I mean, the next map we're going to is Watch Point, and I'm super excited for this. This is one of my favorite maps because I love running Winston, and it's such a good dive map where it's like the first 2 points you run Winston and Diva, and then the last point you just go into Rhine, for the third point because of the high ground for the first two. And with Mal being such a good Winston player and Hammer being such a good Winston player, I'm super excited to see what happens this match.
Yeah, there's a lot of verticality here, and I think it plays a lot into Smile's strength. I'm noticing that they really like running with a lot of like characters, and I still kind of wish like the dive composition was still somewhat of the meta, because back then, I mean, there was just so much movement. There's just up, down, everywhere you could go. And let's see if they can maintain that. I could see that they have a lot of capability with a lot of these mobile compositions, and I think they could do some solid work here. But the unfortunate part is that Komodo is not playing around, dude. They are running straight goats, and primarily, if the enemy team's running goats, you gotta run the goats.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's the thing. You got to run goats versus goats, but I'm just hoping that on defense, like say Komodo, I hope they don't run bunker or something like that. Like I want to see some dive play on this map.
Oh yeah. I think dive play works really well here. I'm usually a fan. Well, not on the receiving end, but I'm a fan of seeing like Widow play. I always feel like Widow play is really, really important here. Same thing for Hanzo play is pretty good too.
Even Farah. I mean, you put in Amara. We'll see some more Amara Farah plays. It's just Tur and Mishra, both good Farah players. I would love to see them battle it out. I want to see Hammer and Mao battle it out with Winston. Like I want to see like who's the best of which hero. It is the perfect map to do it for this. Two teams.
Alrighty, so Elaine is going to get the thumbs up here from both the both the team captains, as we're going to get our way started, as we said earlier, into Watch Point Gibraltar. Folks, we are getting into this map 4. Komodo has won it. They are still number 1 in their division and are still remaining undefeated. However, Smile can cement themselves with the number 2 if they can at least get this 1 point. And that's going to be important for them.
Yeah, I mean, congratulations to Komodo keeping up the number 1 seed. I think Smile should go back and look at this VOD and just see where they went wrong, and I think they should win more like just win conditions and what they want to do with as them as a team. If they want to run a 2-2-2, that's fine, but they just have to understand what heroes to pick, in my opinion, or just go goats.
Ugh. You say that. You say that, you filthy Rhine main.
I'm just saying, if I was on Watch Point right now, I would not be doing goats. I'm telling you now. If I was going to do goats, it'd be Winston goats.
All right, so here we go. Getting into Watch Point Gibraltar. I do enjoy this map. I really do. I feel like there's so many different angles in which you could take. And primarily when I do play, I do enjoy being a Hanzo. Anybody who's ever played with me, I'm overly loud when I do get some solid picks. If it's annoying, I don't care. But I do enjoy it. I really, really do enjoy it. And I mean, it's really going to depend on what's going to happen here. I mean, we do see Mighty Peon is making his comeback here. Is going to be playing that. Widow. The question is now, will Mythy Seal
So-
be the top one on the oof counter. Can we get a counter for that? For like an oof counter?
I don't know, but let's make it happen. I guess season 2 roof counter. I don't know.
Right? Every time a widow gets a headshot, another widow, ding! Oh, dude, I'd love it.
So I'm no disappointed like what Komodo's doing. Obviously they know they got their shots, but the idea is like for defense and with dive is the bridge. I'm looking at the first point. The object is to like jump down behind the team with your Winston and Diva without using any cooldowns and using your cooldowns to escape. So kind of get some picks in the back line, jump back up, and kind of try to stagger the team. But they're doing a different strategy, so we'll see what happens.
Alrighty, so here they go. Mythical, she's looking for a pick, and the Hammer might be trying for something a little bit too unconventional. Mighty Peon does take out Mythical, so that's going to be huge here. Teddy Ursa does take out Mishra, and Zen Ives comes out with a relatively risky res. But Mythical is going to get attacked here by the Genji and the Winston. The battle's still kind of raging. Hammer does try to put a little bit more disruption. Doesn't seem to be able to do so. Mal just getting an insane amount of space as Mr. Clever in that back line looking to try to dish some solid damage here.
Yeah,
Voltage
Mighty,
still trying. What's up, man?
Sorry, Mighty got the pick he wanted at first, allowing his Winston to push, and that pick was the Widow. So good job on Mighty on that. Sorry, I think took a break.
That's fine. So here they go. Mal is still down below looking to try to get these solid picks, but there's just a lot of backup here. Mal is just looking for that Ana, and the Sun is just doing some crazy work. That anti-nade might be the end of Mal as we know it. And Teddy Ursa just picking up 2 with that Zenyatta. It seems that Mal is still able to stay alive, and the Discord Orb might be a little bit too much. Mythic Shield does switch over to the Sombra, but it's going to be to no avail as it looks like Komodo is gonna have to back out to try on that second point defense. Great job here by Smile.
Yeah, with Volley pocketing her Winston, I mean, there's not much they can do right now with the instant heals all the time. Basically, Mal's going to abuse that. He's going to go in, he's going to be aggressive as much as he can with that pocket. As you see he's doing right now against the Hanzo.
All right, so here they go in that high ground. Mal does take out Mishra with the Angry Monkey, and here we go. We've got Voltage trying to pop the ultimate, but does get hacked at a terrible time. The ultimate does come out here from Mishra trying to land a pick, but doesn't seem like it's going to be so. Weaponsec has got to be careful and not run into all of those. And oh, great time here by Teddy Ursa, keeping the entirety of the team alive as the ult is dropped here. By Mr. Clever, not able to finish anything up, and here it comes. It seems that Smile is able to really get a lot of these key picks here, and they're making their way on in with great time.
Yeah, I mean, Dive is so strong here. With the Hammond, like he ulted on the point. Like Mao had so much time that he was able to play Minesweeper while everyone else was fighting. It's just crazy how much time Mao has right now with Winston. You never played Minesweeper? With Winston?
There it is. There it is underway. Next fight is going to go on, and Teddy Ursa takes out Hammer again. Teddy Ursa, are you doing? You aimbot right now, doing the Lord's work as they're looking to finish these things off, and Mishra has got to be careful not to get picked off just a little bit too quickly. Oh, and the res does come in from Zen Ives. Great job here, and here comes the ultimate, trying to do some solid work. Oh, and that's going to be Hammer getting completely taken out. Voltage just on a complete blood hunt. Mishra trying to stay on the point for just a little bit longer, but it's still not going to be so. Mythical does switch over, is going to be playing that Devo once again, trying to get in there, and the Sun going in for a solid anti-nade, but it's still not going to be it. Voltage is just an extreme force of nature when he does have the wind under his wings. Zen Ives does go down, but the Sun actually gets to come back just in time. Maggette Spaghetti, though, managing to pick up 2, and that's just Smile doing some solid work here.
I mean, I've been watching him out this whole time. Like, he's just on fire. Like, he is taking control of everything. Obviously, this is Smile's strongest comp is Dive. And if you're not running goats against this Dive, like, you better. Like, right now, they should be switching to goats and going against them.
But it looks like they're not going to be doing so. Mighty Peon does get the wall hacks. He is looking for yet another delicious forehead to try to get a click on. Mr. Clever has to get out of there as he switches over to the Widowmaker, trying his luck against the Voltage. Has to back out of there as Hammer is now nano boosted. And the ultimate does come out here from Teddy Ursa, but that's just absolutely dangerous as it seems that Mr. Clever, or Voltage, actually manages to drop that. Weapons Tech does manage to finish off Mr. Clever himself. And I'm just seeing a lot of damage everywhere. Not really sure where things are going. Mishra does manage to pick up one, but it seems that Smile finally gets routed and they're going to have to back off and try it again.
I just had to make a quick change. Get out of the Hammond and go Winston. They allowed Komodo to get back into the fight and stop this push. I mean, it took them a long time, but they finally did it. We'll see if they can hold them.
Oh, we'll see if they can hold them indeed. Here they go, getting ready for yet another fight. And Mr. Clever is going to be playing on that Widow. Look, try to click Mighty P on forehead. Voltage does switch on over to the McCree. The ultimate does come out by Volley, looking to try to keep her team alive. And great sleep there by the Sun, completely negating the ultimate that Mal was using. Clever does get a noob counter here on Mighty Peon. And here comes Volley with a high-risk res. But Mr. Clever does manage to take out Mal, and they just can't seem to figure out what to do here. Nano Boosted Hammer is just pushing his way on in. And Teddy Ursa has got to back out. He can't continue into that fight. Hammer is just being an extreme nuisance, and here we go. The final stretch is going on. Great job there by Voltage, able to stop Hammer from his push. And now it seems that Smile has to get together again and try it all over again.
Hammer's doing exactly what I would do. Just control the enemy, let them back off, let them waste time. As long as they're not pushing, you're winning right now. It's their job to push.
Clever. Ridiculous work with Mishra backing him up. This double sniper composition might be a little bit more than they can handle at this point. Alrighty, so here we go. Wall hacks are coming in from Mr. Clever, and they know what is to be coming. I don't know if they're just going to weather out the storm or what really they're going to do for it. Mighty Peon is 20% away from his wall hacks. Mishra does pop that ultimate. Oh, man, and they do force that ultimate here from Teddy Ursa, but there's a little bit of a split up here, as it seems that Hammer in that back line managing to take out Voltage. Hammer's still just trying to work his way on through, and Teddy Ursa's got to be careful, as Mr. Clever is just ridiculous on those forehead hits. And now it seems that Smile is pushing their way on in. Mr. Clever does get taken out early, and now we've got an angry Mal in the backline looking to get some picks. Mishra gets completely caught out of position here, and now they're just pushing people on in. But great job there by the Sun, able to do some solid work. Volatile's got to get out of there, manages to get out just in time, and now we've got a Busio. Here it comes with an ultimate. Weapons Tech manages to do it, and Smile finishes out this map. Great job.
How many times did the Sun sleep now there? Twice? It's like the South's just anticipating it. The Sun's it's just anticipating it. But it's huge, you know, just to sleep in a ranging monkey. But
absolutely.
But Smile did the right thing. They pinned him back to spawn and used their ults to keep him there to allow him to push for that final, run. It allowed him to keep him 54 seconds. And now it could be anyone's game. If they could stop them, good win. If not, we're going to see another round of a push.
I mean, we'll see how long this one can take. They do have 54 seconds on the time bank, which will convert to a minute if Komodo can make it. And the way Komodo's been playing tonight, I foresee them making it towards the end of this one. But let's see if Smile has new wind under their wings.
So, I mentioned Minesweeper before. Have you not played Minesweeper in Overwatch yet?
Minesweeper, like
so Hammond ults and puts the mines everywhere, and as you're Winston, you're zapping them.
Yeah. Of course. I was like, what main tank has not? Like, there's that. Okay, he's just
It actually distracts me sometimes when I see the mines come out as Winston. I'm like, I gotta play Minesweeper. Hold on, guys.
Now I'm just really wondering what they're doing. This is a really, really pulled back composition. Mighty Peon is going to be playing in that front line, but they've got to be careful because I think they've got a dive composition coming in.
They do have a dive, which is it could be stronger against that bunker, but they are giving them a lot of space, which is pretty weird.
Right. They've got Mighty Peon. He is going to get dove here for this little bit. Hammer getting out of there just in time, but it's going to be just so much room that Komodo can work with. Clever is going to be playing the Torb, though.
For me, if I was in Hammer, my call would be go underneath them and have them jump down to me rather than me jump into them, because they have the move as a bunker comp.
Ooh, and Hammer does get that pick here on Mighty Peon, and that's going to be absolutely huge. They're just eating through these shields. The turret does go down, and they are trying to finish out whatever's left. Mithy Seal in that back line does take out Teddy Ursa, and it doesn't seem like they have a real answer for it. They just jump down onto the point, and that's going to be the entirety of Smile getting completely deleted. Voltage being the last one available does get taken out, though.
Yeah, I don't know why it was held so far back. Like, it's a lot of questionable things for me tonight. I'm sure they have their reasonings and what they're thinking of, but to give up so much space, where's the value in that?
Not sure, not in their comms, but here they go. Mal's got to be careful. That's a lot of damage coming his way, and Hammer managing to get the pick here on Volatile. Unfortunately, Teddy Ursa was unable to back him up. Back her up. Hammer does drop that ultimate, looking to try to get a few boops and bops, trying to get people completely out of position. And just, I can see Mighty Peon and Voltage doing everything possible to stay alive. Voltage just get that pick on Hammer, and here they go. Smile coming out swinging, trying to get in on someone. Volatile does manage to bring Mal back from the dead, and that's going to be absolutely huge, but Weapons Tech might have a little bit too much damage coming in his way, and now the Divas are going at it. Mithy Seal, she's got to be careful, is a little bit too deep and does have the Discord Orb. Hammer does find his way back, gets up on top and looks to try to get into that backline. Teddy Ursa is going to get completely shut out, but it doesn't matter, as Teddy Ursa's just got to be careful. Manages to get it though, and there goes Smile with a solid hold. Mishra does get the pick here on Voltage.
I feel like when it comes to Smile, they're the stronger comp for dive, and with Mighty, how good he's doing tonight with Widow, Komodo's gonna have to make a change. They're gonna have to do something besides dive to go against Smile.
Right. So here we go. Next fight is going to be underway, and Clever does take out Mal, and that might be the biggest pick that they could have. Here it comes. Hammer getting a pick here on Voltage, and the ultimate does come out here from Teddy Ursa, but Teddy Ursa was not anticipating where the Molten Core was going to be. Mighty Peon does get taken out, and this is going to be a great time bank here for the side of Komodo. Almost 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and that's thanks to that first push, giving them so much time. But right now, they're staggering Smile, they're pushing them back, and just getting more space as they go.
Ooh, and Mal just in that front line, trying to be a bit of a nuisance, but I'm not really sure just how effective that's going to be. Volatile getting, gonna have to get a little bit out of position to try to get her tank back. The bomb does go out here, and here comes the ultimate from the Genji, and Voltage just goes ahead and misspends that. Looking back for the monkey. Mighty Peon does take out Hammer, though. That's going to be a big one, but Mishra finishes it out against Mighty Peon. The battle's still underway as Xanives transforms into the Valkyrie form to keep the rest of the team alive. Mr. Clever is in that front line with Mithy Seal. Here comes the Molten Core, but I think he just might have just thrown that out without any real indications to what he wanted to do.
Right, he definitely just threw it out. If he would put it closer to the spawn, they would have a hard time coming out, but that allowed them to, gather up and come out and stall the point.
Ooh, and Mighty Peon getting held in the spawn point by Hammer. So here we go, 3 minutes 30 seconds, and Smile does manage to reel back the enemy team. Weapon Tech does take out Mishra, and here they go, 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining as Komodo having to go back to try it again.
I'm kind of glad they went back to the bunker comp with the Orisa and the Diva. It's going to be a little bit harder for that dive comp. Once they try to dive in like Hammer, you just got to hold them, and then let your team, like your Genji, do all the work.
Gonna do that work as Weapons Tech takes out Hammer. And Mal just switching over to that Orisa, just being a little bit more of that nuisance. Great job though, Weapons Tech eating the Hanzo ultimate. And that's going to be Voltage trying to come on in, but the Sun has got some ridiculous aim, managing to finish it off. Doesn't matter, Teddy Ursa finishes him off as well. And now the time bank is dwindling for Komodo. They are running low, or they're starting to run low, or 2 minutes and 40 seconds are remaining.
It seems like Smile's a step ahead of Komodo this time for this battle, and that's what I'm liking. I'm enjoying it. The tank switches are very good. I'm pretty much Hammer staying as monkey. I still think they should go goats and go right into this comp, and they'll win it real quick.
All right, but here they go. Mr. Clever does get taken out early. Teddy Ursa does have some solid picks, and here it goes. That bomb into downtown. Whoa! Weapons Tech does pick up a double kill, and it seems that Mishra is going to get sent back, does get taken out, and the Sun goes out. Mighty Peon from downtown manages to land that hit. And here, 2-minute mark.
It's too bad they don't have a Doomfist anymore. Have you seen a Doomfist punch a Diva Bomb yet?
No, I haven't actually.
You can do that. It's very interesting. It's kind of scary at the same time.
Well, yeah. Your heart probably thumps the moment you do it. Poof, I gotta run, I gotta run.
Yeah.
Look, here it comes. Here comes the bomb. And oh, Mythy Seal, you fantastic creature. Managing to get 2 picks. And Mishra comes in, gets a pick here on Mighty Peon Hammer. Angry Monkey just trying to do some solid damage. Voltage is getting sent reeling. And it seems that Komodo does have the forward positioning to make this work. Mishra just able to dish out just so much damage. Volatile does transform, though, allowing her team the ability to start pushing their way on in. Voltage has got to be careful. And here comes that ultimate to try to get one. And Zen Ives gets taken out. That's going to be absolutely huge. Voltage, though, looking to try to get another one. Just managing to do enough DPS to send Komodo going back. And now it's going to be Smile taking the lead.
It's not looking good for Komodo at all. Teddy is holding on to his ult for any big pushes that are coming, but they just don't have the ults besides Nano. Let's see what they do with it.
And you're absolutely right. Those first 2 points, if you can get that proper momentum, yeah, goes. That final one, oh, pain in the tuckus. Now, the fight does continue one more time. Mishra trying to get a little bit of ground here to try to get some sort of angle as we're losing this time bank. 30 seconds are remaining, and Hammer jumps on in to start this initial initiation. And here it comes as Hammer trying to get unstoppable in that backline to try to finish him off. Clever does finish out Mal, and here comes the ultimate from Teddy Ursa to try to keep the team and the dream alive. The bomb from downtown comes out, but Hammer, great job there with those shields, able to do some crazy work. Voltage does get the picks here, and it seems that Smile may be able to take this one home. Clever is on to the point, and that's going to be the end of that. It's going to be Smile able to stop them at the final mark. We are ending this series 3-1. Smile wins it tonight.
Congratulations on the last one, Smile. I think they deserved it. They made a lot of better choices than they have all games. I'm super excited for those changes. It just seems like this is their map.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, we noticed that Komodo never really went into a GOATS composition for this entirety of this map. And it's not saying anything against them. What it's showing is that Smile also has the mechanical ability. Like, Smile has a mechanical ability. They have a mechanical ability. I can only imagine just how loud Mal is screaming into the mic. But I know they can. They have the ability. They have the game. They have everything about it. But Komodo just has a really, really strong core GOATS composition, and it's really hard to beat. Really, if you're not properly planning around it, there's really not much else you can do about it. If that makes sense.
It does make sense. I mean, if anything, I think Mal's playing some kind of song in the mic right now for that win. You know, he does some random stuff. If you've never been in a voice channel with Mal, you should be, because he will hype you up. He is awesome for that. Have you never been in a voice channel with him?
I think maybe once or twice, but we really haven't like hung out.
I love being in a voice channel with him. He hypes everyone up. He's a super nice guy, and then he does great tank work. As our overall team for Smile, there's a lot of questionable decisions. Komodo has been obviously focusing a lot on their GOATs. That's one of their strongest points. The dive needs some work on. Smile has a stronger dive. But I think if they went go to the last point, they would have went right through that Orisa and everything, and they would have had that point for them.
Hey, Jag, are we still reporting you? I'm still confused on that.
Don't bring stuff up, please. It's been quiet for a while. Like, I'm surprised there's not a Nightbot command saying report Jag and there's a counter for it. I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
Alrighty, folks. So we've hit the end of the show. Please give us a hashtag for who you think your player of the match is. Jag, who you got?
it's hard to tell. There's so many good things that happened today. There's so many good synergies between both teams in certain ways. I mean, last week I gave it a hammer for all because he took all that space. Um, I think I'm gonna have to give it to the Sun for this one. I mean, the Sun really kept up with his team, keeping him up. He knew exactly when to nade at the right moments. He knew how to trans at the right moments. Like he held it, like waiting for those pushes. He's a huge part of why those takes are still up, and I'm gonna give it to support this week.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one. Actually, I'm gonna give this one to Mithy. Mithy Seal was doing some solid work, even though she was subbing, eating some solid ultimates. Those bombs were absolutely nutty, and she was doing some great work. If you notice, particularly that Hollywood Weapons Tech was doing everything possible to try to get those fire strikes up, but she was just on point. Defense Matrix every time. Defense Matrix was working exactly where it needed to be. She was putting the proper pressure. Mithy Seal, you get it from me. Looking into the chat, though,
Are you just trying to make up for a mistake that was earlier to get back on the good side?
no, actually, fucking Mithy Seal's fucking. Mithy
Whoa,
Seal's fucking
whoa!
fantastic.
You're dropping
Just
f
saying.
bombs now. Hey, come on.
Hey, I'm just saying. And yes, Alfie, we do remember Jupiter's plays from back in the day. They do have families, Jupiter. Be nice. Enough with those headshots. Yeah, Mithy, you did great, and I think you really did well. I'm looking into the chat. I see Elfie giving a little bit of love here for Bacon. O.C.C. scrims, which is usually Alex, is giving a little bit of love here for Hammer. Jupiter giving some love here for Clever, and
I mean,
I believe
it,
that's going to be about it.
it's always gonna be the tank battles. I mean, they're always gonna be the first engage. What's gonna be going on? They're gonna develop what's gonna happen between each battle. I mean, they're always gonna get so much love. Hammer's such a good tank. So is Mal. Like I've been saying it all game. So that's why I try to pay attention a bit more to what's going on besides them. Clever is great. The reason why I like Clever so much is because he can jump into any role and do really good on it. You see him do Sombra. You see him do Zarya is so good. He'll do the Genji. He has no problem. And you need team members like that on your team where you can jump at any kind of comp and just have good synergy.
Alrighty, so we have hit the end of our show here for the night. I do want to thank you guys for joining us here. For everyone that I'd seen in the virtual cloud, Shaggy Blakers, Chibi Kitty, I see Mithy, Jupiter, Hammer. Some of the players are going to be in virtual stands, obviously. But I do want to thank you guys for joining us here tonight as we're getting closer and closer to the end of our active season. That being said, please do your best. If you do need certain players, go ahead and start recruiting some people. The more people we can have, the bigger teams we can have. The more amount of teams we can have. I'm sorry, and the more we can do. In terms of how we're going to break things up with teams and how things are going to move on in terms of server life and so on. But really, none of it can be done without those of you at home. So please. We really do depend on you, and we really do depend on your support. So, as I say always, please tell your mom, dad, sister, grandma, uncle, that weird, creepy lady from down the street that you don't really like so much, but just tell her, hey, go ahead and hop on at like 8:30 on a Monday. Give him a follow, and just let them see. You know what I mean? We really do try. People, we like to see the showcase that people have on a daily basis. It's extremely important because we're seeing so many people grow. We've seen Mr. Clever go from Platinum Team to Diamond. We've seen Niwu. We've seen the Sun also move their way up from Plat to Diamond, and now we're seeing people like Weapons Tech, Mal. Consider it's been a considerable amount of time, but they've also hit into their master roles, and we've seen Volley, who's gone from Gold to Diamond. So there's just a lot of growth that can be done, and if you would like to improve your game, you want to talk to some of our coaches, or really just want to be in an organized environment, this is the place to be. So, Jag, do you have anything to say before we sign off?
It was a pleasure commentating with you tonight, Lotrix. Just want to let everyone know Wednesday, another game. We got Game of Thrones versus Hornbeasts, our Silver Division. So see you guys then.
Alrighty. Have a good one, guys.